Hi everyone, we're continuing our learning of Mishnah of Shabbat. We're up to chapter 12. We'll be doing 5 and 6 of chapter 12. We're still dealing with the malacha, the Shabbat labor of writing. Okay. Katav b'mashkin b'mei feirot ba'avak derachim ba'avak hasofrim uvechol davar she'enu mitkayem patur. If one wrote with liquids or with a fruit juice in the dust of a road, or something like that, or in the dust of a scribe, or with anything that does not endure, that's not mitkayem, he's exempt. So it's not a biblical violation. It's just in that case would be, in all of these cases, would be a rabbinic violation still, but not biblical. And that's because it has to be for kotev, for the malacha of writing, to be on a biblical level. It has to be that both the substance with which you're writing and the surface on which you're writing are lasting, or something that will endure. La'achar yado beraglo befiv ubemarpeko katav ot achat samuch lichtav katav al gabei katav. So if one wrote with the back of his hand or with his foot or with his mouth in some kind of strange, unusual way, or with his elbow, or wrote a letter alongside a written letter, so there's already a letter written and you only write one, and remember we said last time about needing to be 2 characters, or if you wrote over existing writing, so you're just kind of maybe making it darker or making it more legible, but it's already there. If you meant to write the letter chet, so a single letter, but then you wrote two zayins, because like in the way it's written in the Torah, the chet is like a little crown or a little thing is added to the to what looks like 2 zayins to form a chet. So you meant to write 1, but you end up writing 2. So then you end up doing the requisite amount for it to be forbidden biblical action, but without intending to do so. Echad ba'aretz ve'echad b'kora katav al shnei katleib habayit o shnei dapei finkas ve'ein ne'egin zeim ze patur. So if one wrote on the ground, 1 letter on the ground and 1 on a beam, so they're not actually connected to each other to form a word, or if one wrote on 2 walls of a house, so again not connected to each other to form a word, or 2 pages of a ledger, same thing. So all these cases where it can't be read together, he's exempt. So in all these cases, one did not achieve the level necessary for a biblical violation. It needs to be at least 2 characters done on something that's permanent in the typical manner of writing. So all of those variables need to be met. Katav otachat notarikon Rabbi Yoshua ben Beteira mechayev v'chachamim potrim. If one wrote 1 letter as an abbreviation, Rabbi Yoshua ben Beteira would say that person is liable, but the sages would exempt them, and we would the halacha would go in accordance with the sages that this person would be exempt. And that is because, so it's the idea of, is it communicating a full word? That's what Rabbi Yoshua ben Beteira says is enough, but it has to be actually 2 characters, is what the sages say. Okay? And then Vav, hakotev shtei otiyot bishtei helemot, achat shachrit ve'echad ben arba'im, Rabban Gamliel mechayev ve'chachamim potrim. One who writes 2 letters in 2 periods of forgetfulness, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, Rabban Gamliel holds him liable, but the sages exempt him. So this is the case. Remember we said that it needs to be that the entirety is in a state of forgetfulness in order to be exempt, or to be to be able to use the sin offering as a means of atoning. And there's a difference of opinion here about 2 separate times of forgetfulness. Is it that it has to be achieved the whole malacha, so it has to be 2 letters, and there could be a break in between, or not? And that's the difference of opinion here between Rabban Gamliel and the sages about whether this counts as 1 event, because in its entirety it makes up the actual achievement of the malacha, or it's 2 separate events because it's 2 periods of forgetfulness. So does that break make it count as 1 or not? Okay, we'll stop there. That is the end of chapter 12. We'll continue with chapter 13 next time. Bye, everyone.